John is sitting at home on the weekend watching TV and gets a text. It says, "Hey, this is Kira. The supply closet is locked and I must have forgotten the code to unlock the door. What is it?" John dutifully texts back, 12345. Just after he clicks send, he realizes that the number that texted him is not Kira's. He also realizes that Kira is on vacation and the supply closet also has company files in the petty cash box. He has a sinking feeling that he just goofed. Let's leave John at this time and check on him during another event. John was asked by his manager to look for a new commercial-grade coffee machine for the office. He was a bit astonished at the prices he found, so he started looking for anyone that would sell him one for cheap, even if it was used. Well, John got distracted and a bit bored, so he ended up on a site for one of his hobbies, collecting 1980s posters. As he is admiring the collection of MC Hammer posters, a message appears that says, "Warning! Virus detected. Click here to repair." Dutifully, John goes through the download and install of the update. After a reboot, John remembers that he is supposed to be looking for coffee makers and starts to search again. The computer seems really slow now. Again, John has a sinking feeling that something isn't right and is a bit nervous that he just did something wrong. Let's leave John hanging again and look at another situation he finds himself in. John is required to answer questions from clients about their account. The problem is that the client database is a bit hard to use and it takes him about 10 minutes sometimes to get to the information he needs. As a shortcut, he found that if he creates a weekly report, it has all the information he generally needs and can cut his research time down to about a minute for most things. He just refers to this report when questions come up. Other people on his team think it's a great idea, and they ask if they can get a copy of his report each week. He remembers that he has a personal file-sharing account on Dropbox, where he shares articles he's written on his hobby. He decides to share the report there with his team members. John's manager, Yvette, stepped in the office to ask a question about a client account. Excited about the new and faster method for getting the answer, John's team member, Jackson, said, "Oh, I have that." He opened his Dropbox account on his phone, researched the question, and had an answer in 30 seconds. The whole time, Yvette was looking curiously at Jackson. As she started to realize what was happening, her eyebrows raised and her eyes widened. Before we talk about what Yvette was thinking, let's consider another scenario. John is listening to the news on his way home from work. There's a story about another website that was hacked, and the usernames and passwords have been stolen. John dreads his passwords, so he has the same password for everything. It's "Let me in." He used to chuckle at his very clever password every time he used it, but now he finds that the site on the news was one that he uses. When he gets home, he spends a considerable amount of time trying to find a new password. He settles on "Let me in too." The rest of the evening, something unsettling was on his mind, but he couldn't quite put his finger on it.